All right, we are going to talk about stress and the impact stress has on hormones. Now, this is something that is really, really important and again, can be really difficult to measure or to see from just looking at somebody. And oftentimes, if you've been under stress for a really long time, or it's just sort of normal for you, you actually get desensitized to the amount and quantity of stress that you are under on a day-to-day basis. I hear this from women all the time. Well, they'll say things like, I'm not that stressed. I'm fine. It's fine. Yet we go over their Dutch report and it's horrific. They have horrific cortisol levels and their patterns are completely off. And this is why they're struggling with a lot of things with their health, because the stress has become so normal to them, right? It's like the frog in the boiling pot of water. If you take a boiling pot of water, put the frog in, it jumps right out because it feels hot. But if you start with the water cold and then slowly turn up the heat, the pot will boil to death. Sometimes we're just sitting in a pot of boiling water and we don't realize it, right? So I'm going to talk more about the stress and the impact that it has on your hormones. I am Dr. Beth Westie, women's health and hormone expert. I'm also licensed in acupuncture, Chinese medicine, and I'm a functional medicine practitioner. I'm the author of the books The Female Fat Solution and The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon where you can pick them up. I am also the host of the podcast, The Female Health Solution, and you can subscribe to that as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media to stay updated on all the things I have coming out. So, stress, let's dive in. When we talk about stress, there are different ways that stress can come in. The main things we're going to talk about: traumas, toxins, and thoughts. These are the three main categories of stress. Now here's the kicker, is that your body will have a reaction to all of them. And you might be thinking, oh, come on, this can't be as bad as if I'm exposed to a toxin. It depends. How worried are you? How often do you experience worry? Do you wake up in the morning and immediately have worried thoughts run through your head? Do you have worried thoughts about if you're going to make it on time to work, or if so-and-so is going to return your phone call that day, or if something else is going to happen? Those thoughts are just as toxic to your system as being exposed to other chemicals. Yay! So it's really important to understand the severe impact this has on your body. And these have impacts not only on your physical body, but your mental health, your emotional health, and everything else. This will directly impact your hormones and your hormone balance. Now, when we talk about hormone balance, cortisol is your stress hormone. So a lot of times people will talk about, oh yeah, obviously if you're stressed, it's going to impact your cortisol. Of course, right? Duh. But here's the other thing, right? This stress can also delay or cancel out ovulations, have you skip ovulation. It will cause progesterone not to increase as much when it should. It can cause your androgen levels to be lower, which means that it can decrease your stamina, your energy, cause more brain fog, decrease your libido, all these things. And it's stress. Now, can stress be something that we turn around fairly quickly? Yes, it can. But I want you to realize the gravity that stress has on our bodies, and it does have a really big impact on our overall endocrine system, all of our hormones. It even impacts our thyroid and how well our thyroid can function. It impacts, the thyroid conversion to active thyroid hormone and how well it can, land with the receptors on the cells and you work. If you are under stress, then essentially your hormones are not working to the best of their ability, right? Our body has a stress response for a reason. The body never does anything without a reason. And the reason our system has a stress response is because it wants to keep us alive. But it's not trying to keep us at our healthiest self. Those two things are different things. And you can't go in two different directions at once, right? You can't drive in two different directions at once. The body also has the same mechanism. If your stress response is turned on, you cannot have the healthiest body possible, because the stress body is a survival body. It will slow down your digestion. It will, change how your body functions, the chemical reactions, everything else, to keep you alive. Now, here's the super fun thing about the human body is that we actually can perpetuate the stress and have it kind of go on and on and on and on. So it's up to us to make sure that we really turn the stress off and have our systems calm down and regulate our own nervous system so we can get back to our healthiest bodies. So if you're wondering what your stress levels are, if you're wondering how do I know, go below this video, click the link to get a Dutch test. It's sent right to you. Take it at home, send it into the lab. We go over your results. It's really important to understand the severe impact that stress has on your body though, because stress, you can't fake it, right? You can't pretend that it's not there. If you're experiencing a lot of other issues with your health, a big piece oftentimes is stress, and doing a Dutch test lets us identify exactly where to target to get your system functioning better so you feel better and get back to your healthiest self. So that's what I got for you today. Please let me know if you have any other questions, and I will see you later.